back, everybody, to another episode of the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community. And wouldn't you know it, dropping breaking news as we speak, E3 is back. E3 is back on. It is announced it will be back at the LA Convention Center next year. Very, very exciting stuff.
Didn't they say that last year, though?
Yeah, they did, but a new company owns it.
But it got delayed. Like everything else, it
this
got
is according
delayed.
to PureXbox.com. The E3 2023 is officially taking place. It's been announced today that ReedPop will be producing the 2023 version of the event, which will be returning to the Los Angeles Convention Center in the second week of June next year. ReedPop is the veteran event production company behind PAX, New York Comic Con, Star Wars Celebration, and more, and is partnering with ESA to deliver a week of titanic AAA reveals, earth-shaking world premieres, and exclusive access to future of Nintendo games. Here's a quote from the global VP of gaming of ReedPop. He says, quote, this is Kyle Marsden Kish, quote, for years we've listened, heard, and studied the global gaming community's feedback, and E3 2023 will be recognizably epic. A return to form that honors what has always worked while reshaping what didn't and setting a new benchmark for video game expos in 2023 and beyond. Very, very exciting.
That's cool.
My question for you, should Microsoft have a large presence at and around E3, or should we just move on?
I think they will, and they'll just do it how they've been doing it. They'll be at E3, but they'll be across the street.
Yeah, it's very smart.
At their Microsoft Theater, right?
Absolutely.
So they have the presence there. You can go and explore. Remember, they had like the Mixer Dome. So I don't know what kind of dome they'll have this year.
The Minecraft Dome?
The Minecraft Dome.
Well, what was the Starfield? The
Starfield Dome. No, I think it's super smart for them to be there because remember when you went there, they had that entire because I'm pretty sure they own that whole block, right? Because it's not just the Nokia, or it used to be called the Nokia Center. It's not just the Microsoft Theater. It's like a block area, but all the billboards were Xbox, Minecraft. Like it was all like everywhere you walked in that area, like you were shown something Xbox. So that alone is just good advertisement.
Yes,
you know?
Spicy. Do you think you agree? You think Xbox should have a large presence in and around E3?
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. You don't buy a block right next door and not use that.
It's true.
Yeah, they're totally gonna do it. And I mean, with how hot LA is, I mean, the place to be is the Microsoft Center. You know,
it's true.
That is a very nice,
and air conditioned.
especially when they set up everything with how they did it last. We were there was 2019,
yes.
right?
Yes.
2019. So they have the theater for, like, of course, the presentations. But then the off days, they set it up for games, and people can walk through and play a lot of the new games. It's a really, really, really nice place. It's like a step up from just a conference.
Yeah,
warehouse.
Like the conference center
warehouse
is a conference center, and booths like set up big productions and stuff, but Microsoft has this advantage. They can do whatever they want with the building at the Microsoft.
It's
Microsoft
a really
Center.
nice building. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
There's a concession stand.
There is. Shout out to Chief Wiggum, who dropped a super chat. Hey, guys, for his Tier 3 Cortana membership for 25 months. Thank you. Also, for Tier 4 Atriox member for 25 months. It's the one and only Psychotic.
Yes.
And he says, what Bethesda games are you playing in anticipation of Starfield? I'm playing Fallout 4. Thanks for all you do and have a great show. Thank you, Psychotic. Thank you, Chief Wiggum.
Fallout 4 is great.
I almost jumped into the Fallout. What's the ESO Fallout?
Elder Scrolls on
No.
Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. Yes. I thought about I was browsing yesterday with my children. I was like, what game should we play? And I almost popped up Fallout 76. I've been debating it. I hear it's good now. I hear it's really good.
Yeah. I've been playing ESO. They have that new expansion. I mean, I haven't been playing it hardcore, but I've been dabbling.
Dabbling?
Yeah.
How has it been dabbling back?
I like the new zone. It's kind of fun. Again, not all the way through it, just dabbling.
Just a dabble.
Yeah.
But dipping your toes into the pool?
From what I've dabbled, it's I mean, ESO's always been fun, so it's just more ESO. But I like it. We
did drop a poll in our community, on the community channel on YouTube earlier today, and said, should Xbox have a large presence at E3 2023? 90% of you said yes, 6% said no, and 3% said unsure.
If Xbox leaves, though, what does E3 have?
I mean, E3 has all the big PlayStation. Even PlayStation has a booth inside of E3.
Well, they have a booth,
but they don't do their conference. Well, I mean, they
their booth was Spider-Man, and Call of Duty.
Yeah,
so they don't have Call of Duty anymore.
Because didn't they skip the last E3 before E3 closed down?
No,
right?
they still have a booth inside. They just didn't have a presentation.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I know, but the world is bigger than that block.
Well, I think the other side, if you're against having a large presence at E3, would be that digital has worked. Why not stay digital? And I think the counter to that, personally, is nothing beats being in person. An in-person experience is still king for most things.
So Ronan in chat comes up and calls us nerds. What up, nerds? And then he goes on to fix his glasses and tell me that technically Xbox hasn't been at E3 for years because they're across the street.
They are across the street. Yeah.
I get that, but I mean, like,
yeah, Ronan, if you weren't late to the show,
I mean, like,
you would have heard us say that.
I mean, the world watches E3 and gets hyped for E3 because of the presentations and all that stuff. Being in person is fabulous, but what about those that aren't in person? It's E3 is about the hype of games, and when you have Sony not there, a lot of people have left, essentially, where they don't do things like they used to at E3.
Well, but Sony might be back too. Remember, Sony probably didn't have anything really to talk about, so decided to skip.
They still have their booth there, right? And then Nintendo has their booth.
Yes, Nintendo has their section.
Yeah,
like a whole section, and that's a big conference center.
It's huge. It's like one of the biggest warehouses I've ever been in.
Yeah, I think big. E3's brand, because Ronan's not wrong. He says it's going to be weird with Summer Game Fest doing an in-person event in E3. Going to be a fight for who gets what. I think E3's brand is too big. I think
even though they've been gone for a couple of years.
Even though they've been gone, I think they'll win. But it'll be interesting to see what it is.
Well, speaking of conferences, is Blizzard going to continually do their?
Well, they haven't really done theirs either.
Well, the excuse has been
they haven't really been working on anything to show when they do theirs.
I know. So. Yeah, I mean the rolling excuse for everyone has been it's just been impossible with COVID. But now that
that's done.
Now that Microsoft has bought everybody, does everybody move across the street?
Yeah.
I mean, how big? What if you just?
Blizzard's just in Anaheim, right?
What if you just?
That's where they go for their stuff.
BlizzCon to E3 and just have a whole setup. You would dominate.
Xbox Con.
E3. It'll be
Xbox Con. Welcome Sony.
Welcome.
No, I think BlizzCon. I think BlizzCon stays where it's at because then Blizzard doesn't have to worry about showing those games. They can always save those for the October, and you can always do because. I would assume. Well, we do know that like Diablo 4 is coming to console and stuff. You can do all that stuff there at BlizzCon.
Yeah,
everything will be played on Xbox.
Let's talk about Diablo Immortal for a minute, since you brought up Diablo 4.
Well, yeah, okay.
So put it on your calendars, guys. If we're able to go,
we'll go.
We will be at E3.
Yeah, for sure. That was that's some of the funnest. I mean, it's a week of games.
Yeah,
and it's not Hunger Games. We're not killing each other.
And actually, Microsoft kicks it off on the Sunday.
Yeah,
and then it starts. So.
A week of festivities for us girls.
A festival of lights.
The festival.
Anyway, what about Diablo Immortal? How it made billions of dollars last month or something?
It's reported that it's making $1 million a day at this point. And that is the strength of... That is why when console gamers or PC gamers scoff at mobile, that right there is why you shouldn't scoff at mobile. Like every companies go where the money is. Every company is going to get into mobile gaming. I thought about this. Even though all of the criticism, it's clearly pay to win. It does it unabashedly. If that wasn't a Diablo game, and it wasn't Blizzard, if it was something else, would it get the criticism? Because isn't that the nature of mobile games? So for instance, like a Clash of Clans, isn't it the same concept?
Yeah, but
here's the
Blizzard went above and beyond that concept.
Did they?
Yeah, no, I'm not
it's
worse than Clash of Clans.
Here's the problem though. You're basing this on an IP that traditionally was not a mobile game. So you're I believe yes, it works to make money.
Sure.
short term, but on the long term, you're alienating the majority of your fans. You're alienating a lot. You're damaging your intellectual property. You really are.
I agree.
Diablo
I agree
has
with that.
been hurt. It has been hurt.
At $1 million a day, though, has it?
Yes.
Well,
yes, because that's not going to last.
I would argue that it probably will.
Well,
because it's a whole.
Do you need $1 million a day to last?
The
You
people
get
that
7
are-
of those
Okay,
days.
So maybe I should say it's in its traditional form. It has been hurt, but maybe a new form is going to grow out of this. A new Charizard, and now we'll have the leveled up version if that's what you're saying. But yeah, because it does. I feel like it tarnishes
Mobile gamers
the brand.
are used to paying to win. I mean, that's just the mobile game model. It's traditional Diablo players that are really outraged. I don't know that I've seen, and someone can send it to me, someone that only reviews and plays mobile games. Do they think it's excessive? I would be curious on that. From our perspective, it is, because you're
Sure.
right, Spicy. It's not what Diablo has done.
And to be fair, I mean,
Well, and Diablo
Hearthstone-
kind of got hurt with 3 too. You know,
Yeah,
'cause this
yeah.
is kind
Okay,
of
okay.
because 3 had like the real money auction house, which I guess you can argue just replace the black market auction houses and stuff. But I mean, it's anyway.
No, yeah. So, I mean, Blizzard they have done mobile in the past with Hearthstone. They put Hearthstone on mobile. It had a lot of crashes for the first 2 years, and so it was almost unplayable when you're playing competitively, which is funny to say, but I mean, it's competitively, but it's not competitive. It's a rank. When you're playing ranked mode, it's really frustrating to have a crash. It's completely stable now, and I would say Hearthstone is probably one of the best mobile games out there because it was made by a company like Blizzard.
Sure.
And I would say Diablo Immortal, if you compare it to other mobile games out there, is probably top tier.
Oh, no doubt. Like for a mobile game, it is an incredible Diablo experience. 100%. I don't think anybody denies that. The problem is I don't know which team is in charge of bringing money in, but that team. They were at $1 million a day. They're getting a raise. They did their job.
They're getting a raise.
Yeah.
What's interesting? I read an article that they interviewed Mike Ibarra about it, and Mike Ibarra was defending Diablo Immortal in the fact that he was saying that what we wanted to do was to create a very, very good game for free. And what you see a lot of the players complaining about is more or less the end game of the game itself. And so what their strategy was to create a game for the masses, for everybody, for mobile, that everyone can enjoy. They can beat the game for free, but to make a free game, they wanted to. They basically put a lot of the money for Blizzard at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Essentially. That's what their strategy was. I thought it was an actually interesting interview from Mikey Berra.
Yeah.
In a sense, he was defending the format of what it was, but it kind of makes sense if you look at that with those kind of goggles.
And I think if you're a mobile gamer, where all you do is play mobile type of games, I'm curious. I'm not sure this is out of the ordinary necessarily.
Well, I mean, look, I haven't played a ton of mobile games, but there's a lot of frustration. So the gem system is end game stuff, but you can buy dungeon boxes at the end of each dungeon, and that pops up in your face very consistently.
And how much is that? How much is one of those?
The first one is 99 cents, and that's how they get you. You're like,
That's how
oh
they get
yeah,
you. I'll spend $1.
And then it's actually really funny because it is. I actually never really understood the term predatory. Like people would say oh, this is a predatory microtransaction, and I in my head I'd always think, well, you have the choice to buy it or not. After playing Diablo Immortal, my opinion's actually been changed a little bit. But because what they would do is the box would pop up, right? You beat, let's say the first one, Leoric, right? You play Leoric because for some reason you play him in every Diablo game. You play him, you beat his dungeon, you get the loot, and then the box pops up and it goes, for 99 cents, you can have a 410% increased drop chance.
Sure.
And you're like, How is 410% even possible? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but that's and you're sitting there like, wait, 410% for 99 cents.
It's like $1 an hour.
Of course I'll do that, right? And then the next one's significantly jump in price from there, right?
Oh, okay.
So they like the hook, you know?
They hook you.
But I think those are, we can talk about the gem system all day, but talking about the little stuff, I think that's where people are getting kind of, well, wait a minute, like, I did this dungeon and I got loot, but if I want to get better loot, I have to continue. I have to just pay at the end of the dungeon. You know what I mean? It's like, I get...
It's a little heavy-handed, in other words.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. And if you're looking to PvP, it's 100% pay to win. No, I don't think there can be any debate or argument about that. If you want to PvP at a high level, it is 100% pay to win.
You have to whip out that.
Yeah, you got to be a whale.
Card. It's just interesting to me that about $1 million a month.
A day?
A day, sorry.
$1 million a month.
Yeah, that's small change.
Yeah, in my head, I'm like, a month. No, $1 million a day that Diablo Immortal is bringing in, especially after all of the pushback and outrage against it. I wouldn't have expected it to have done that well. I would have expected to see a giant peak immediately and a huge fall off.
So here's the thing. Going back to that interview, can you play this game beginning to end for free and have an enjoyable experience? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. If you want to play this game at a high level, you have to pay money.
See, and I think, going back to the Michael Barra interview, Spicy, I would be curious in that interview if he talks about their goal was to bring it to the masses, which means that those are not people that are trying to play it at a super high level. Yeah. They probably figured, okay, our hardcore Diablo players are on PC. They're going to wait for our next game. That's where will be.
They're the ones that I think are mad.
They're the ones that try.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm wondering if this is more of a marketing mistake rather than a game mechanic mistake.
No,
in that
you need to play the game. It's pretty bad. Like
people are paying for it though. That's the if it was that bad, you would expect to see a giant spike and then really quick fall.
To be competitive, you kind of have to pay for it.
But Jordan, competitive and mobile, like, do those go together? Yeah. Like, we can play
also
PvP and phones, but when you want to win in any battle royale, do you pull out the Switch or do you pull out your Xbox?
Well, yeah, the Xbox, right? Because or the PC or whatever, right?
No, when you want to win.
When I want to win, yeah. When I want to win, I play on the Switch. People
that don't have joysticks,
and I turn off cross. And I play on my Switch and I turn off cross play. And
Same with mobile. When you want to, or like PUBG, when you want to win, go there.
Yeah,
those are all the bots.
It feels like. I don't know. To me, it feels like Blizzard they're not catering to their core audience anymore.
See, that's what I was bringing up originally.
And I think that's what, because for example, and look, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but when you port a game, like, at least change the set text. Like, I'm playing this game on the PC because I'm not much of a mobile gamer when it comes to my phone. I'd rather play on the PC or such and such, but like when they ported the game from mobile to PC, there was no like effort at all. Like, you load up on the PC and it's tap to play.
Yeah.
Just the interface. Yes, it's workable on a PC because the mouse can be your finger, but it's not intuitive, nor is it natural because it's a different input. If they just would have done like a little like, hey, because everybody was excited that the game's coming to PC because originally it wasn't, and that was the big uproar because this game is canon and it had some features that they wanted in the main game that wasn't coming to the main game that they wanted in the anyway.
See, it's an IP that went to mobile.
So they wanted it on PC. We got it on PC, which was when they announced that, it's like, oh, that's great, that's exciting, but not putting the time and effort into properly porting it to I want the Blizzard that took time and ported Diablo 3 to the console and redid the entire interface and made it just as good of an experience on the console as it was on the PC.
Here's an article from Ars Technica. Here's what they say. Estimates using data from mobile analysis firm at magicmobilegear.biz estimates that the iOS and Android versions of the game brought in $49 million in earnings from just over 10 million mobile downloads in the version's first 30 days of ability. Those estimates are based on public charts provided by the mobile platforms, don't include the PC version of the game, and thus may be underselling the scale of its financial success. By comparison, Diablo 3 took nearly 6 months to sell 10 million copies after its troubled launch in 2012, but that game sold for $60, making it hard to compare directly to a free-to-play game. While Diablo 4's earnings were front-loaded in initial while Diablo 3's earnings were front-loaded on initial sales, Diablo Immortal seems well-positioned to bring in additional revenue from its existing player base for a while. As of Monday, for instance, the game was still the 34th highest-grossing app on the entire iOS App Store.
Wow. Yeah, that's...
Many of those initial Immortal players and payers will eventually fall away from the game, of course, but that process might be slower than you think. Estimates of Android app retention is 60%. That's huge.
Don't you think, though, and this is my point, because the game is good. Like, if you, like, the gameplay itself, so take all the microtransaction systems away, the gameplay itself is a really good Diablo experience, and I don't think you can deny that. Now, don't you think they still could have made as much money without being as pay to win? Like through cosmetics, season pass, different things like that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Because what frustrates me is, like, I don't mind like a Fortnite model, battle pass, cosmetics, all that stuff, right? I don't like the pain for power, and this game is, like I said, if you want to play this game at a high level or competitively, you have to pay money. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
You have to pay money.
So they closed this article on this point, which I think is a good one. Blizzard has promised that the upcoming Diablo 5 will limit microtransactions to optional cosmetics. But the early performance for Diablo Immortal helps show why the free-to-play business model can be so appealing for a publisher like Blizzard, even if it can be annoying for many players. And I think that's the point. I think we're going to see more games jump into the mobile. Mobile, the numbers just dominate every other space. I think we're going to see more of it. Now, hopefully we see more, like what you said, optional, and even what they said, optional cosmetics, not...
Well, like, for example, Diablo 4, when they came out with their PR speak about how it's tailored for the console and where you're pricing for the console or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, you didn't necessarily say what's not going to be in there, you know? Yeah. So if Diablo Immortal comes out and they have a season pass, I think that's great, right? I actually am a big fan of battle passes, right? If they do cosmetics, I can be fine with that too. I don't, the pay to win stuff is where it's just, it makes a game not, because I know that because I don't make $100,000 a year, I can't play at a high level in Diablo. And that's kind of like, I'll play the game. I played it. I beat, whatever. It's, I'm not going to play Diablo at a high level because I don't have that much money.
Sure.
I think why Diablo Immortal is an interesting case to look at is this is one of the first games where we've taken an IP that is traditionally pay to play, not pay to win.
Exactly.
And they've moved it over to pay to win, right? And a lot of us disagree ethically, morally of that because of the inherent if you have money, you're going to win, and that's frustrating to a lot of gamers. But the mobile space, that's how mobile games are
for the most part.
For the most part. I get frustrated. The reason I could never get into Candy Crush and my wife loves it is because I can only play 3 rounds and then I can play again in an hour.
Yeah, you have to wait for that timer to count down, or you can drop $5,
$5,
and then you can play for the day.
Get the suckers because I'm now a sucker. So the mobile space is different in the fact that it's a lot of it is pay to win. A lot of successful games are pay to win. And we, as traditional, I don't know what you call us. Are we traditional gamers?
I think,
that's a good word.
We're traditional gamers.
Classical gamers.
Traditionalists.
Tradition.
What's hard for our brains to wrap around is that model. And Diablo Immortal is... So, Mike, it's blurring the lines in a way a lot of us don't like, but because it's on the mobile space, it's making Blizzard money.
So that's my question. If it was not Diablo, let's say they created a new IP, same mechanics, everything. New IP, called it Boba Fett. Boba Fett Legends.
But is it canon? Okay, because we're bringing in Star Wars into this.
or whatever. Take a Blizzard IP, the Sword of Azeroth Legends.
I like it. Just start naming.
Yeah. And had the same model, would it receive the same outrage?
No.
Or is it that it's a Diablo game it's receiving?
Diablo brings a lot of weight with it, right? Everybody was excited. And then when they made that announcement, it's coming to the PC, that brought in a lot of the traditional Diablo players, right? And then you had the bad port to PC, you have the super in your face, and they're smart about it too. Like what is it? I've read, you know how they get psychologists to help with games because it's like, how do they, because they're trying to like, entice you or whatever. Like they're anyway, because they do, because the stuff doesn't come up in the first 2 hours of the game. And then all of a sudden it just hits you, right?
They're like scientists.
Yeah, it's like
data scientists.
It's like when
at about 2 hours, that's when we hit them.
It's like when the Call of Duty patents came out, and they used psychologists to scientifically figure out the most optimal way for you to buy it. Like it was But
they probably did.
No, I just wish they. Yeah, I just wish they would, because I think because of this game, I think it could have made just as much money without pay to win elements, only doing season passes, cosmetics, stuff like that.
Because you have the power of the IP behind it, and that's what's interesting here is they are using a traditional gaming IP in a mobile space, and that's where kind of the scary factor comes in, because if it works for Diablo Immortal, what if we're going to see other main traditional games move over with a full-fledged, campaign experience, like let's say a God of War or something, where you get Kratos now in another realm, and in order to understand and follow that storyline, you have to play that in a mobile space that is pay to win. And that's what's kind of scary, is we're having these games that we love shift and not doing a new, you could totally do that. You could do the Sword of Azeroth and have it be related to Warcraft.
Yeah.
But not have it be a full-fledged Warcraft release.
Yeah.
But what they did is they took a Diablo and added a campaign that is part of the story that most traditional gamers would want to play, that have, let's say the hardcore Diablo fans would want to play because they want to understand the story. That's what's kind of scary, is they're not doing a normal IP, and if it's working, where's the brakes on stopping other IPs to follow
that
suit?
I think is the big $1 million a day is.
Well, and it's one of those things,
where's
like
the distance, like deal with a little outrage, like it's clearly a business model that is working for them.
Well,
I think your part, Mark, that's the scary part.
Because what if StarCraft, what if Halo, what if campaign progression or story progression on these IPs are going to be in this
at the end of a Halo, like you get a forward operating base in Halo, and you get it. And then there's a delay. Like if you want to get the next forward operation base, you got to pay $5.
It's actually kind of funny with Halo, because I actually think they should change their store to actually benefit them to make more money. Because they should work on that.
So here's the thing, though. To Jordan's point on if you just did cosmetics, Fortnite in its heyday on mobile brought in more than $1 million a day, and it did not lock you. It went the same version.
No, you couldn't play one round and have to wait an hour.
44 million in 1 month in April 2020. And that's doing it the traditional, the way they invented, with the battle pass with optional cosmetics, not locking you to pay to win, essentially.
No, yeah, like no matter how much money I spend in Fortnite, it does not give me any advantage. It doesn't give me any advantage to win in a round. Although if there's a skin that blends in, which they usually fix those pretty quick.
The backflip laydown where you can hide in a bathtub.
That's why I kind of stopped for a minute. Other than those little accidental exploits, I can't drop $100 and have a specific advantage in the game. But what worries me about their success is, what if this bleeds into Diablo 4?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, those tweets that we read a couple podcasts ago, they didn't really clarify anything.
It's like they're undecided.
Yeah. Well, and look, I'm going to be optimistic. I'm sure Diablo 4 is going to be a fun game. I'm sure they're just going to do cosmetics. You know, they'll probably do loot. I mean, hey, there's some hope. Overwatch is getting rid of their loot boxes, so there's that. You know, but anyway, it's just, what's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Blizzard's fooled me quite a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't. I'm just,
it will be interesting.
I worry about future games.
So I wanna talk about what someone just said in chat. The kind of the dialogue is people don't understand the mentality of supporting like a game like Diablo Immortal. But remember, this is not. The people that play on mobile are already
conditioned
to do that.
Oh! It's only $20.
The mobile space is different than what we're used to doing. So it's not a. I mean, they use the word stupidity.
So, but
it's not a stupidity thing.
Fortnite's the model that pleases everybody.
I think so. I mean, I think it's a happy medium. You know, do I want more in-game earnable skins in Fortnite? Of course I do, because then I don't have to pay for them. Do I mind? Do I want to support? Am I okay supporting Fortnite through buying battle passes and stuff? Yes. You know what I mean? I think Fortnite is a happy medium.
Interesting. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Blizzard does. Keep in mind, Xbox will own them. And it does look like that's going through. So
yeah, but then Xbox will just make a lot more money.
Blame it on
that department.
Maybe that's why they bought Blizzard, to just blame,
so they can blame
stuff on them.
They have a blame studio.
Hey, it's Blizzard. It's Blizzard.
Hey, we'll have to crack down on those guys. You know?
We're sorry. We just made $1 million a month.
No, I think I'm actually very interested in the Overwatch 2.0 is what I'm going to call it. Launch this October.
How they're going to do their...
Because from what I've heard, and you know, people can correct me if I'm wrong, they're getting rid of loot boxes. They are doing the season pass. Depending on how they do it, I'm curious, because I feel like if they have a successful model, that model will then be translated into Diablo 4 and future games, right? Yeah. And Overwatch is a PC and console game, you know, and they're very focused. Like, you got a lot of players on the PC, which aren't really microtransaction people, you know.
Keep in mind, 6 months ago, you would have said the same thing about Diablo. They're very PC focused.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we did a couple of years ago have the fiasco of the mobile announcement.
Yeah, that's Don't you guys have phones?
We kind of knew, you know. Now we didn't know they were going to go above and beyond.
That guy that made that comment on stage. Don't you guys have phones?
That poor guy. I feel
that guy's the guy that created this system.
I don't know. I don't know if he's the one that created that. Yeah, I don't know.
He's the one. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
You know I feel bad for them.
Yeah, he was like, "That's it."
I feel bad for that guy because he's never going to be forgotten.
Yeah, he's like,
for that.
I was going to do cosmetics, not anymore. Not anymore. Pay to win.
It's like upsetting people that bring you your food. They'll just spit in it.
Yeah. One time. So at Tucano's is this Brazilian meat. For those of you listening, it's this Brazilian all-you-can-eat meat place where they bring it to your table and they'll carve it right there at your table. There was this kid who was like a little crazy and an idiot. And he had the worst service and was rude, but he had a giant knife right at my neck. And normally I would not hesitate to tell that guy off and to get his manager or something. But when I went to do it, in my mind flashed him like just slicing my neck.
Yeah, they do have big knives there.
Yeah. And we live next to a prison, and a lot of the workers get federal funding. A lot of the companies here, like right across the street from, there's like this, I don't know what kind
You're bringing this to the next level, man.
There's this prison right across the street from this main shopping center here where we live, guys. And
there's
a program that gets them and
rehabilitation.
Some of them like will work during the day and then go back to prison at night, right? So I don't.
So you're worried?
I don't know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
You got a giant knife. I
won't complain. Yeah,
I will not complain.
Yeah, well,
I just won't tip you.
Well, okay, and another thing that I think should be mentioned about the Diablo thing, if it was a crappy game, I don't think anybody would care, right?
It's good.
I think the real problem is I want to play it, and I would love to play it at a high level because, again, I'm going to say it, it's a fantastic Diablo experience, especially for mobile. Like, it's really good. The gameplay designers outdid themselves, and what they like, it's impressive playing the game on your phone because you're like, wow, this is a full Diablo experience on my phone. Even playing on the PC is fun. I wish they would have ported the PC and made it, more traditional, so it's just a little bit easier to control. But it's a super fun game. Because it's a fun game, I want to play it. The frustration comes is to play the game at a higher level, I need to pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the calculators people are doing with the 5-star gems?
No, I've seen players posting
2,500.
Yeah.
So you have to do 2,500 Rift runs, and we all know how fun Rift runs are from Diablo 3. You got to do 2,500 Rift runs for a chance at getting that 5-star gem. And that's just, I don't know. For me, it sucks because the game is incredibly fun, and I think the gameplay designers really did outdo themselves, especially for a mobile game. It's just a shame that you have to pay a lot of money to play the game either competitively in PvP or at a higher level.
Yes. Psychotic in chat says X1 missed the green shirt memo today. It made me laugh because, yes, I just realized we both have green shirts except for me. Yeah, no, great discussion. I've said it before. We're at this influx. We're at this change where everything is changing. Sports is changing. Gaming is changing. Entertainment is changing.
Do you think sports will become pay to win? Isn't that how boxing was for a while?
Sports is pay to win.
Sports is
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Yeah,
with a little bit of RNG and
just a little bit of RNG.
I guess you're right. You pay. Yeah, sports is pay to win.
Have you seen Moneyball?
Yeah. Well, no. Just think about it. We'll give this quarterback $1 million to come play for us. It is pay to win. Yeah.
It's
wow.
totally pay to win.
I literally just realized
but everything is changing in influx, and I think with Diablo, sorry, just to finish my thought real quick, for Diablo jumping into this mobile space and Blizzard doing it, I think it exemplifies where gaming is going to be going. Not that this is the correct way or the way that they will be going. I just mean every gaming company on the planet wants to be on mobile in some way. And if they could bring their top tier games to mobile, they're going to do so because the audience is huge.
Well, if you look at the chart, what's console gaming? Let's combine console and PC gaming next to mobile.
It's not even close.
Isn't that like not even 25% of the pie chart? It's huge.
The danger with that though is you damage your IPs that are traditional.
Well, if you do it wrong. If you do it wrong,
like Diablo Immortal.
Yeah. Fortnite, not. Even Mario has been brought over to mobile and is done correctly. Pokemon, also done correctly.
Yeah, but in Mario, you're not buying star power.
Yeah, you buy the raccoon suit.
No, did you hear that? Speaking of sports and things changing, Amazon Prime now does Monday Night Football.
Yep,
or not Thursday night football.
You can buy it.
Yeah,
they were trying to sell it to me all day today.
Yeah, that's how I know.
I got a million notifications.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
Got a million notifications. Yeah, we're at this influx where technology has reached this pinnacle that is it's starting to affect and change everything. And I think gaming is a part of that for sure.
And Grubhub is part of Amazon Prime now too.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
that's actually way more beneficial to me.
Yeah, that one has. That one is.
So
the game that we got to play at E3 on Xbox One is now coming out, set to release only on next generation consoles.
All
That's
right.
Skull and Bones on November 8th, 2022. Ubisoft, however, has decided that with it being only on next generation, it's getting that next generation price.
That's so
of $70. Jordan the man.
That's so stupid. Okay, you want to talk about predatory stuff? That's stupid.
What?
Because there's no extra. Okay, especially that they're only developing it for next gen. At least you have somewhat of an excuse if you're developing for all consoles, because you can say, "Oh, we had to do all this for all consoles." No, you cut that out of the mix. There is no price increase from developing for the new generation of consoles.
Yeah.
Compared to the old generation
it's just
of
that
consoles.
they want more money.
Yeah.
What about the argument that games are bigger, are more costly?
No,
Not buying it.
No.
Why?
because the audience is bigger.
And
They make more money than they've ever made.
They're doing it because they want to make more money. You can still sell it for. Why do games still come out for $60 then?
I don't know. They're kind.
There's next gen games that come out for $60, right? Like, this is the thing. Why is it that it costs them magically $10 more for a next? Like, if you were to buy Battlefield on regular Xbox, it's a regular $60. But if you buy it for Series X, it's $70. What in that development cycle makes that price increase go up $10?
Well, I'll tell you what.
It's because that they can use it as a selling point. Oh, it's next gen, so you have to pay $10 more. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it is next gen, but it's there's no price increase. It's
so Jordan is against the
I
$70
think
price increase from Ubisoft?
I think the $70 is dumb.
How do you feel about this?
No, it's like my local movie theater charging more to buy the ticket online.
Oh yeah, they do. They give
it
you
makes no sense.
a $1 convenience fee.
It's a convenience fee. But I'm bypassing.
You have a computer that you set up one time to.
I think it's stupid. I agree with Jordan. I think they've been
and look, people can give me all these stats about the price of this has gone up, the price of that has gone up. My point is, there's no price increase. Then why is it all of a sudden that next gen? Why is only next gen $70? If there was a huge price increase across the industry, the regular games on this current generation would go up too. It wouldn't just be next gen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be across the board, right? They're using it as a selling feature. Hey, you pay us $10 more and you get the next gen version.
Jordan is passionate about it. Spicy. Yeah. Finish your thought there. You don't like it either. You agree with Jordan?
No, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Games cost more, yes, but they're making more than they've ever made because the audience is far larger than it ever has been, and it's all digital.
And
not all of it.
I'm gonna throw this. Sorry, Mark. This really gets me.
He's trying to give me the mic, but you
go ahead. No, you finish. You finish. No, I was just saying. The ballsiest PC in the world is as next gen as it can get, and PC games are still the same price. Even next gen PC games. It has nothing to do with the next generation. It's just a selling point. I'll be quiet for 5 minutes.
Yeah. If I say something else, you want to take the mic?
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
It's stupid.
Now I had a lot of fun.
It's dumb.
I had a lot of fun playing this game.
I don't want to pay $70 for a game that probably should be $30 from looking at this.
I agree with both of you on that. I was excited for this game and played it and had fun with it. Well, if you remember, this came out after Assassin's Creed, the announcement of it, Black Flag. It came out right around the time of Sea of Thieves, and it was like, yes, a more serious PvP focused pirate game. I want that. Then 3 years passed. I think they've lost, even if this is good, because some people are saying, Ronan in chat, for instance, is saying that this looks like it's been phoned in, that they're not, that it doesn't look like that, and it's taking a lot of criticism. Even if it was really good, it's taken too long. I don't know if I think the time may have passed on this game.
I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm not excited for $70.
That's like the drawback.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard drawback. There's other things that's like, Ronan's talking about, like resource gathering and stuff. There's some things that's like, oh, okay, yeah,
I could deal with that.
It's going to be, I'll give it a shot. It's going to be fun. You throw a $70 price tag on there, what?
Especially when we've conditioned to $14 a month.
Yeah, and it's Ubisoft, so there's microtransactions in it on top of a $70 price tag.
Didn't Ubisoft?
Is there microtransactions in this as well?
There's going to be. Did they get out a PR statement saying that they designed it to work around console microtransactions? And
I don't think they can do both. If they do both, if they do 70 and microtransactions, that's going to be
what Ubisoft game doesn't have microtransactions? And they're not. Well, I mean,
they have
they're generally they're generally like cosmetic microtransactions, but still like $70 and then asking for microtransactions.
They have like a weird microtransaction system sometimes.
Yeah,
like the in-house currency to buy like the fanny pack for.
This is how you know a game is duping you. If they have more than one. No, seriously. If it has, and I've heard other people say this too, but if it has more than one currency, you're getting duped.
No, like if I played Game A from Ubisoft because I played that and got achievements in it, I can now get the new wrist watch or the or the fanny pack or the something in my other game. It's like, and so it's a lot of microtransactions that are not real money, but You know,
I see what
it's
you're
in
saying.
every Ubisoft game out there, I believe.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Well, November 8th, we'll get to try it out.
Am I probably going to get this game and try it? Probably.
Jordan,
because you know.
There's this scene in Seinfeld where Jerry and Elaine are waiting out a marriage, and it's the dude from The Princess Bride, the blonde guy, that is in that episode. And the reason they end up getting divorced is, and it flashes to her talking to Jerry, the girl that's getting divorced from him. She's saying he just asks himself these annoying questions all the time, and then he answers his own question. And then it flashes to him, and am I going to get the game? Probably. Am I going to enjoy it? Probably. Jordan, all day today. Asking and answering your question makes me laugh. Reminds me of that.
I just this game. It's just $70 really frustrates me. I don't know why. It's the one button that pushes me. Here's
an interesting consideration because of what we've been talking about this entire podcast. If this $70 game fails, okay, I don't want it to, but if it does, is that a nail in the coffin for traditional pay-to-play games?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Just curious, because if they're charging $70 and it sucks, are now they're going to come out in a year with a mobile version of this game and make $1 million a day?
I mean, they could. They might.
Yeah.
Isn't it an Ubisoft original? They say a Ubisoft original.
No, because a. Oh yeah, you're right.
Forgot the end.
You're right. Yeah.
Hey French studio.
Yeah. So what he's saying is the title says Skull and Bones, Ubisoft original.
It's supposed to say N.
Well, I mean, English is their second language.
Ubisoft, a Ubisoft. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, are you excited for this game, David? Or do you think the ship is the ship has passed?
The ship has sailed. I don't know. I'm not as excited as I was. I just feel I'm not in the pirate mood.
I'm gonna wait a month.
The pirate mood has passed me.
I think I'm excited just to see, because I like PvP, right?
Okay, that's good.
So, that's really all I got with that. I'm excited.
$70 PvP. Yeah. Usually PvP games are $40.
Yeah, that I'm not excited about $70. $70 is so annoying.
Hey, you want to know what game I've been playing all week again with the kids? That is, I think, the best game to play with kids. It's Ninja Turtles. It's so good. We're on level 9 now. We play a level a night.
That's good. It's a good game.
It's so good.
Hey, I play that on my next gen console, and guess how much it cost me?
Isn't that game only like $20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works. I really hate $70 games.
I play it on Game Pass.
Really frustrating.
Yeah. I don't think are we ever going to be conditioned for $70?
I'll be honest. I'm a little.
I think the time for that has passed as well, and subscription gaming is the answer to that. Like, it's going to make that a very hard sell. Even NBA 2K, for instance.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
NBA 2K is charging that, but guess what NBA 2K is on? Game Pass. So why am I ever going to pay $70 for that game?
I'm going to be honest. I'm a little salty because I filled my car up with gas today, too. So
I'll do it.
So you fill that up with the gas, and then you tell me I got to pay $70 to be a pirate?
Ubisoft gas.
$70 to be a pirate. Oh man,
rate me at the pump now. Rate me online.
I don't know. Maybe I'll take your approach, Mark. Maybe I'll wait a month. Maybe I'll see what people are saying. Maybe this will be the game. Yeah, maybe I'll wait a month.
Because the conspiracy theory in chat is they're going to release this to try to make as much money in a month as they can, and then it's taken 7 years to make,
and then just abandon it.
Cyberpunk, like that game took 3 decades.
Well,
yes.
At least they had the knowledge to not release on old generation consoles where it didn't work.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. These ones aren't releasing on the OG Xbox. Okay.
No, but
yeah. I'm gonna wait a month. If it's good, then maybe even 2 weeks if it's good. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to support $70.
Yeah, I really don't.
All right, well, moving from one controversial topic to another.
Yeah.
Is Trek to Yomi a beat 'em up? We dropped that poll in chat this week, and we had 3 answers. Yes, David is correct. No, David's a genius, and I don't know. You guys voted, and 27% said yes. 56% agreed with Jordan and said no, and 17% said I don't.
That
know.
was me. So 17%.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mario, that was the. Uh-oh. You think those were the just like? Why are they talking about this? Who cares?
There was some comments in chat, all against me. By the way, so shout out to everybody that hates me.
Oh man, were they mean comments?
No, they were good. Let's take some questions. To submit a question, you can do so every week on YouTube, youtube.com/XoneBros. Hit that community tab and submit a question. It's Stu91 writes in and says, "Hey bros, I've recently read an article that said video game market set to decline in 2022 year on year, but what do you all think of this? I know there are a lot of external factors, but surely not, right? Thanks as always, bros. Great show." So we actually had an article last week, gamesindustry.biz talked about, and I forget the name of the company that analyzed it, like a research marketing firm that was looking at the gaming industry as a whole, and it's actually set to go up year over year in 2022, according to them. So, and I think I think that's correct. I think that gaming has increased and is available. We just got done talking about mobile. Mm-hmm. It's available in so many different areas and in so many different ways to the entire planet. And we're just at the beginning of this. I think it's going to continue to go up. I don't see it going down even during a recession.
This is how I take this. Whenever you hear the words set to, they're just guessing. They're just guessing. Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. They're just guessing. It's like the weatherman, weatherwoman, weather person. They're just guessing. They don't know the weather.
Yeah, according to, I can't remember the name of the firm. Go over to gamesindustry.biz, just type in, I don't know, 2022 gaming market or whatever. But 2022 is actually still set, even with the record COVID numbers, of everybody being home and spending money on gaming, is supposed to rise by 5% by their estimates.
Next year, right?
This year.
Or this year? This year, okay, yeah.
Is on track, at least, as of right now.
Huh. Yeah, we talked about that a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you this.
Dieter Pinklage, thank you for the super chat, says, ubiquitous software, Ubisoft. I say Ubisoft. It's how I was born.
I think
what do I say? Do I say Ubisoft? I say Ubisoft.
I think what happened is I went back and forth for a while, and then I did it to troll someone, and then I've just said
no. Well, remember Ubisoft? I know what happened. No, Ubisoft came out with that video at their conference, and they had all their developers say it a different way, and they're like,
"It doesn't matter how you say it.
We're all Ubisoft."
Actually,
it was one of those.
This happened before. I'm going to tell you what happened.
Yeah.
People were telling David how to say it. And he permanently doubled down for the rest of his life. That is actually what happened.
And then
that probably is right. I actually didn't know that it was ubiquitous software, though. I didn't know that's what it stood for.
I remember, like a month later, they came out with that video.
Yeah, they did. It was like an E3 thing, and I think there's probably a lot of angry forums, and they're like, "Guys, we just gotta say it. Who cares? We just gotta tell a video."
With how many people yelled at David, there probably was a form on a Reddit post.
Yeah, and they were like, "Guys, we gotta make a video."
I remember when I got yelled at for either one of the ways, because I know I used to say it one way and then switched.
Yeah, you used to say it the normal way, but people, because we had the discussion going back and forth, and then on that video, it's on
one of our early podcasts.
Yeah, someone in chat told you to do something.
Somebody came in like Ronan. Somebody came in like Ronan and said, "Actually, Xbox hasn't been at E3 for years." And then you doubled down. Actually, it's pronounced Ubisoft, and you since that day have never backed off.
I like Ubisoft. It sounds good.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
Yeah. So,
thank you, Dieter Pinklage.
Hey, the gaming
super chat. Appreciate
the gaming market might go down if they keep charging $70 a pop.
Maybe that's their plan.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're
plan. Great question. It's Stu. Thank you very much for writing in. Michael Powell writes in and says, "I remember David saying Flight Simulator is a console seller. Well, I just helped a coworker get the Series X, and he only wants it for Flight Simulator." Yes, I think I revised. I think I was a little bit wrong. I think what it is, or I think I stated it incorrectly. It's not a console seller as in it's going to drive millions of sales. It sets apart the Xbox as a unique ecosystem. Helps to set it apart because Flight Simulator exists nowhere else.
Well, it just gives you diversity of games. I mean, where else are you going to play a flight simulator game?
The Air Force.
The Air Force.
The
military.
I actually have flown in an actual like fighter pilot like training simulator.
Yeah.
They're super cool.
Oh yeah.
It's like a big golf ball.
When I was working at one of my previous jobs at a university, they had a flight school, and we got to do it one time. I was the only one that landed, and I credit gaming for that.
Do you know what's funny? I did not land because I wanted to crash it.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
on
see what
purpose.
this could do.
Yeah.
We took 2 different directions there.
Yeah. There you go. Michael Paldo, thank you for letting me know I was right. I appreciate that. Pal Sack Your Face writes in and says, "Has David moved on from Vigor?" Spicy, would you like to answer that question?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, I have. Let me tell you what's wrong with Vigor.
Oh, you're.
They were progressing. So through I would say through 6 seasons or so, every season they were progressing in a substantial way that the game was constantly. You could see okay, this is going somewhere. I see what they're going for. After season 6, I think they're on season 11 or 12 now. But after season 6, it just stopped. It was oh, here's our new season, and here's the new feature, a new gun. It was well, the game is still not really working. Why can't we improve it? And so it got stale for me. When you reach a point where they struggle compared to a Tarkov, for instance, is when you max level out everything. I could craft anything I want whenever I want. I would jump into matches filled out with grenades because it doesn't matter to me. Grenades are super powerful, for instance, or the top gun. It loses. I'm not chasing anything anymore.
Well,
whereas Tarkov, in their reset and constantly rebalancing things, there's always that carrot and stick.
Yeah, like the most recent reset. But no, it's just with Vigor. There's a wall you hit at it. There is no end game. The end game is the wall. You hit a wall at end game, and then you just wait for the next battle pass.
And there's no, and even in the battle passes weren't enough. The best battle passes were in the early seasons. They just got to this point, and I don't know. They reallocated resources or whatnot.
Didn't they join Tencent or something like that?
Tencent bought
Bohemian Interactive, which is Vigor. Or
they got new producers or art directors or whoever. I don't know what happened there. But it's their early seasons, they did a really good job. But once they hit season 6, I'm telling you, after season 6, it was just a drag.
I mean, that's the genius behind Tarkov's wipe system.
It is.
I know people in our community dislike the wipe system because they're like, I don't want all my gear to disappear. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. Everybody's after about 8 months to a year is when they do it. They've even gone 14 months, I think, on a wipe. After about 3 months on any wipe, everyone's basically done.
Yeah, even the streamers, you can tell they start to branch off and play different games and stuff. No, I think in this,
I feel attacked right now, Spicy. Says Ronan. Hold on, can I put a pause on this? Because we just had something happen for the first time ever here on YouTube. Whoa. Thanks to Cooper. Cooper has just gifted 5 XoneBros memberships. I don't know how the gifting system works, if it goes random. Gifting is something that YouTube is really playing catch up for compared to Twitch. YouTube announced that they'd be rolling it out. But a month ago, 2 months ago, in beta form, we just got it here on our channel. We didn't even know it was here, but Cooper just gifted 5 people XoneBros memberships here on YouTube. If YouTube can continue with this,
that's awesome,
and do it in a way that is competitive with Twitch, it's game over, in my opinion. Game over. Thank you. Huge thank you. And everybody that gets that Cooper that gifted sub, let us know. I actually don't know how it works. How does it work on Twitch when you gift a sub? Do you choose or
no,
it's
RNG?
Random?
It's random, yeah.
I think I remember reading. There it is. Hot Skill gifted a membership by Cooper. There we go. Oh, so
Very cool.
Yeah, like Dieter Pinkler says, that's such a badass way to tip. Great for building communities. And that's what Twitch still has to this day over YouTube. Mm-hmm. They have a culture of giving and of really building community within each of their streams that YouTube has lacked.
That's so cool.
Yeah, huge thank you. But it's here now. So gift, there we go. So it looks like Cooper, are you deciding these gifts? curious, or
is it random?
Because we just see Hot Skill was gifted a membership. Dr. Teeth was gifted. It's random. Here it gives 1 month of one tier. There we go. Cooper says it is random.
Thank you,
it's randomly giving. Everybody, jump in the chat. You may be gifted a membership. Welcome, everybody. Yes, just gifted 10 XoneBros memberships. Everybody in chat's getting memberships. Oh, thank you very much, Ronan.
Thank you.
And Cooper, appreciate it, guys. No,
Cooper,
this when we made the movie, if you guys remember, going back, what was it, a year ago? How long? Over a year ago now. I think, are we on 2 years? We're on 2 years where Mixer shut down, and we could have went to Twitch. We could have went to Facebook, or we decided, well, we wanted to build our presence on YouTube anyways. Let's just go to YouTube. It looks like they're going to capitalize on this stuff, and it's taking time, but I think YouTube is playing the long game, and I really do believe YouTube is where long-term streaming is going to end up. What they're lacking is this right here, is this community thing, and bringing gifted memberships is absolutely ginormous.
That's huge. And thank you for the support. And Ronan just said he feels attacked by me. No, I love you, man. I love you.
Cooper says you can get 5, 10, or 20 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Coop and Ronan.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. So for those of you that just got your memberships, put that Sexy X loyalty badge on and drop some X1 facials in chat, because
that's so cool.
Because there you go. You got.
What were we talking about?
I was talking about the genius between
Vigor, Tarkov. Yeah,
like because after a certain amount of months, you're done with that game. And after 8 months, you've been away from it for so long. It's exciting to play that game again and have that carrot on the stick and get the better gear, and everybody's on the same playing field. The thing that Vigor, I don't think Vigor can ever do that, because they went to the Battle Pass system. I don't think you can do a wipe.
Well, what they did is they. I think it can be done. Yeah, I think it's because they put gear in it, so it's hard. I don't know. But anyway, I just feel like the wipes in those games are their battle passes. You know what I mean? Those are their seasons. I think it's because those games are set up to hit a wall. You know what I mean? Like when you get to the end of Tarkov, you know you're there. You know what I mean? When nothing costs money, there's no more. You're there. You can do anything you want. Same with, I think, Vigor in David's case. Now, I guess, could you argue that, like let's take Halo Infinite, the competitive multiplayer side. Can you hit the wall in that game too? Yes, I think you can, right? You've ranked up for the season. You've gotten your diamond or platinum or whatever you are. You finished out your battle pass. I think that's why they inject the new season of battle pass stuff, the new events, right? I think it's hard to do a battle pass in Tarkov, but I think that's their version of the battle pass. Sure. Those consistent wipes, or
Speaking of a wall in Halo. They recently came out and announced that there is actually a wall in the co-op, meaning
that was a real bummer.
You can only go 800 meters.
I thought it was only 100 meters.
It's 1,000 meters.
1,000 meters. Okay.
800 meters. It gives you a warning. After 1,000, it'll kill you and then rewarp you.
So here's the question: how much is 1,000 meters in the game? You know what I mean? Like, is it gonna because of the open world nature of the game, you're going to split up a little bit more. You're going to, like, one person's going to attack a FOB from the front. Another's going to want to get on a mountain and snipe down, So how big is 1,000 meters? Is it going to interrupt that flow? Personally, I wish they could figure out a way to make it, you can go where Mark can be on the opposite side of the map as me if I want, right? And you're probably thinking, because I know David's thinking it right now, you're thinking, well, Jordan, how could you do that when you go into a main mission? The host of the game is in charge. That's all it is. Whoever hosts the game is in charge.
You could game it, though, if you were able to go your individual ways too much.
Well, I think that's a risk you take. It's just I don't want to say just a single player, because I enjoy the single player, but it's like the speedrun glitches. No one was really against them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't hurt I don't think it hurt the integrity of the yeah. And then they reverted them. But you know what I mean? Like, it as long as it doesn't hurt the integrity of the game, which I don't think those glitches did in the campaign. It was just a way to speedrun,
1,000 meters is quite a bit, though. I feel like 1,000 meters.
Well, that's what I want to know. Like how we'll test it when it comes out, right? But I just want to know: will it interrupt with like if you want to get and snipe down, and David wants to get in a banshee, and like we're all doing this open world sandbox stuff, you know?
Well, Master Chief is 2 meters tall, so 500 of him lined up, right?
Yeah. I mean,
we have the numbers.
Like a lot.
I feel like that's a lot. I feel like here's the thing.
Well, and technically, let's play with 800 because I guarantee you, there's this big like you're gonna die. Yeah. And so let's just play with 800.
It's my truck telling me I need to put my seatbelt on. You know?
Yeah. And I'm not against it because I haven't played it yet. Maybe I won't have any issues. Maybe when we play, we won't have any issues. But I still think it would be cool if you could be on different ends of the map. Just give the host the control. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, what if this person wants to start this mission and this person wants to start this mission? Well, the host will start whatever mission he wants to start first because that's how it is, you know? You know, and I think most people that are going to play co-op, I'm just throwing this out there, guys. You're not going to play with randoms. You're generally going to play with your friend. Are there going to be times when you play with randoms? Sure. Let's just throw it out there and say yes. But most of the time, you're going to play with your friends. And if you're friends with someone, I'm sure you can come to an agreement of, hey, let's go this way first, and then we'll go that way. You know what I mean? Like, I wish maybe it's a limitation to the engine or something, which I'm starting to find out there seems to be quite a lot of limitations to this engine they created. But I wish they could increase that range just for sandbox stuff. You know what I mean? But
so I do want to add, I don't think any map besides like the car maps in Halo have ever been bigger than 1,000 meters, right?
No, probably not. But those are linear experiences. Yeah. So you're forced to go down a certain path. I think this being an open world, well, it has. We've seen it because we've played it. Opens up a whole new element of sandbox opportunities. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. They should have just said host advantage. Because we're all friends on that day. We're all friends.
Yeah. And hey, if you know, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I do have to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chat is asking me if I am actually a pirate legend because of the shirt.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yes.
I was actually by a friend of ours. Once I hit pirate legend, he gifted me this shirt, so I could.
That was
Barber Blake. Barber Blake came over and he said, "Hey, man."
Congratulations!
It was really he
was an OG pirate.
Yeah, legend. He told me, he said, "Hey man, you worked hard, you earned this." You know, gave me that pirate legend. That is cool. So I'm very proud of it. It's one accomplishment in life that I'm proud of.
Super Shocker is here and dropped a super chat. He says, "I made it. I hope to see a life-size model of a Halo Pelican at E3. Ooh, baby, that'd be sexy.
Well, you can now fly those
because you can fly it. It would go hand in hand.
What if they made? I've seen a real life warthog. What if they made a real life
Pelican?
Pelican.
It would have to be like a Harrier or something. They probably could. Just I don't know.
I don't think it can fly.
You do a remote control.
Actually, after I think about it, looking at how that plane is, it can't fly. There's no way. That flies like a brick.
Again, thank you for the question. If you remember, he says, "Has David moved on from Vigor?" And short answer is yes. Not that it's still a good game, but once you reach a wall, like Jordan said, then it just stops being fun. Captain Obvious, does Game Pass, last question of the day, does Game Pass need more kids games to be able to play with parents? Well, interesting you should ask that, Captain Obvious, because we are getting Peppa Pig, which is rated 9 out of 10 on Steam. Peppa Pig game, we're getting a Paw Patrol game.
Is it a side-scroller adventure game?
To Game Pass. It's like an adventure
RPG?
It's a beat-em-up.
RTS, maybe?
It's a beat-em-up. Peppa lays a smackdown.
It's like Mortal Kombat.
It's like Mortal Kombat.
With Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Daddy.
Mortal Kombat featuring Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
So what is Peppa Pig? I don't know.
It's a British pig.
I probably will figure that out soon. With my
you will. It's very good, actually. But
David does her voice pretty good. Daddy.
Hello, Daddy. Daddy, you're fat. Yeah. And they're like, she's always mean to the dad. Yeah. Daddy, you're so fat. It's like, what? Yeah, Peppa Pig is good. Bluey is the one.
But we have actually been watching Bluey. Yeah, he's Australian, I think. Yeah. The Australian dog. Yeah, Bluey, he's really good.
Bluey's next level storytelling, like quality.
They should do a Smash Brothers with all these like kids.
They should. That would be cool.
that actually would be cool because Smash Brothers is actually a kids game, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, there's no blood. Like, it's actually a fun fighting game for kids. You know, it's.
Yeah.
Bluey is
but no,
Bluey's good.
I agree. I think so. This Captain Obvious, this July Game Pass, there's not a lot of huge hitters. Yakuza is back on Game Pass in the month of July. 3 of them are coming back to Game Pass, which is huge, I think. But we are getting games like Peppa Pig and we're getting Paw Patrol. Doesn't mean a whole lot to, your single 25-year-old gamer, your 30-year-old gamer, your 40-year-old gamer, but it does mean something to families. And I think the strategy of Game Pass, when you look at it, is not always to have big hitters necessarily. It's to fill gaps.
Yeah.
You want to appeal in your library to as many people as possible. It's what Netflix is trying to do, Amazon, Disney Plus. They want to have something for everybody there. And I think in Game Pass this month, we are getting those new kids. The other one that I think is not advertised, it's not an apparent kid game, but I'm telling you, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a fun, good game. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and both are crushing it on that game, and it's so much fun to play.
Yeah.
It's better because they also play Lego Star Wars. They're playing that right now as well. And they do way better. They enjoy it way more, the Nintendo. I enjoy it with them, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, game. It's a great family game. It's a great family game. So definitely check it out. But yeah, I do, Captain Obvious, long story short, yes, I think they need more children's games, and I think that's a goal of them. I mean, kids are the future of gaming. You're going to need a large library.
Get them in the ecosystem early.
Games. Yeah.
I mean, remember when you were driving to work a couple years ago and those kids were doing Fortnite dances at the school bus stop? Those kids are locked in for life. You know what I mean? You gotta get those kids early. That's a real thing. It happened. You remember when the news came out and they're like, Fortnite went down for the weekend and we saw the kids outside. It was when they updated to Chapter 2. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You got to get in. You got to get them early. I'm actually excited for this Peppa Pig game.
It's getting it's intense. The Paw Patrol's not that high rated.
So at my
but Peppa Pig, legit.
Yeah,
it's legit.
Well, and Chad was talking about a Bluey game. Everybody loves Bluey.
They were just talking about Bluey
that we need a Bluey game.
Oh yeah,
we need a Bluey game.
I'm telling you, for parents out there that are looking for a good show to watch, Peppa Pig is decent. Peppa Pig is like a quality children's programming. Mm-hmm. Bluey, spicy. You need to watch it. Bluey is like
really good.
Next level storytelling.
You remember
very good.
You remember where we were like, man, where are all the writers at? Because we get frustrated. I think they went to Bluey.
They went to Bluey.
Yeah.
And it's not even you're thinking right now your mind is racing like, well, what did they do? It's simple. And it's like, wow, that was good.
That was just a good episode.
That was just good.
No,
let's go to the next one.
I have yet I think Ronan and there was one other in chat talking. I have yet to meet a person who has watched Bluey and not liked it.
Oh, and has not had that same reaction.
Yeah, and Bluey is awesome.
And it's always parents and like, yes, Bluey is so good.
How old does my child have to be before?
Another 6 months probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could start now.
Lock them in early. Okay. Get them in early.
Because I know from, nieces and nephews, when they choose a show, they choose a show hard. It's on repeat and repeat. For a while. So I kind of want to wait until it's time to watch it before I watch 10 episodes.
The thing about Peppa Pig that kills you is there's like 5 YouTube channels that all they do is replay Peppa Pigs and different episodes
so
over and over on live.
See them.
And so that's how they just sit on that. You just sit on that YouTube channel.
Oh, they're like a live.
It's like a live loop.
Is it not like copyrighted or something?
I think I think the creators own the YouTube channel.
Oh, and they have 5 of them. Looping.
I mean, money.
I don't know.
No, but I was gonna say, I agree with you, David. I think they should have more games. Like me and my kids we did play Shredders for a while, although they couldn't really play that game.
Shredders,
the snowboarding game.
Oh yeah.
That was more of a just watch. That game and
it's very frustrating.
But no, like we play all the Lego games and stuff.
Lego's a little bit too advanced, I think.
Not at my home.
No, it's too.
No, not at my home. I teach my kids young.
It's too.
They already know how to use both joysticks. I'm always
surprised when my kids make it to the next level. Like, oh, you made it. Because what I was seeing, you weren't going to make that.
Maybe they're better than you.
Made it. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, though, I play with them, and it gets pretty intense. And also, I had to yell at my daughter today. She only got 9 kills. I got 60. And my son got 32, and I said, hey.
You're like, what are you doing back there?
Hey.
Who's she playing as? April's overpowered.
Hey, Amelia, if you want to play on this team, you need to contribute.
She's a support character.
She's April.
Oh wow,
April.
she got that was
See,
April.
Now you understand.
Whoa,
now you
yeah.
understand. It's like, honey, I love you, but 9 kills.
I'll come over and talk to her.
9. I mean, normally she gets in the 20s. That's good.
It's respectable.
Yeah, it's respectable. It's like, yes, thank you. You're contributing. I don't know what it was today, but 9 as April. Just not cutting it.
That is
out of my house.
Yeah, learn to play, girl. L2P.
Anyways, great question. Thank you very much, Captain Obvious. Appreciate it. Everybody, that does us for this week. If you'd like to support us and support the show, come hang out with us every single Friday. We've got gifted subs now. YouTube, it's taking over. Taking over the stream.
Ronan, Cooper, everybody, thank you.
Yes, Cooper and Ronan, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Join us next week. We always do a pre-show, so come hang out with us during the pre-show. It's where we talk dirty.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Bye, everybody.